Aguilar, 6'9", can jump out of the gym. Napaka-athletic, ganda ng jump shot at magaling din dumipensa. His stats, all 15 points in the first half, Coach Rai. Pero yung depensa ang kanyang pinakita ron.
Well, that is something new. When you talk about offense, 15 points is actually playing the 3 spot because Jeffers is a natural 4-man. Look at his sound bites. Masyadong mabigat yung role na import stopper pero committed akong matuto. And why is that? Historically, Japet is a unidimensional player. He will just go offense, will score and slam dunks. And this is the only time that is given that defensive responsibility by Coach Tim Cone.
And that responsibility, which he says he accepts, will be tested sa larong ito sapagkat ang mga kalaban niya. Napakalaking import, 6'10", the tallest of the whole lot. Itong si Augustus Gilchrist playing for the Mahindra Enforcers. He's put up superstar numbers, 30 points, 10 rebounds on great percentage shooting noong huling laro nitong Mahindra Enforcers. Tingnan natin kung magagawa niya yan against Greg and Japet.
And not only that, he's leading this very young team to 3 out of the 4 wins. And these are not the lower tier teams. They've already beaten Global Port, San Miguel, and NLEX Road Warriors.
Grabe nga pinakikita nila. They're number 2, solo 2 sa standings right behind the Meralco Bolts. Who would have thought just in their 4th conference dito sa PBA na ganyan na ang kanilang ipapakita. Simula na ng tagisan ng tunay na lakas. Cobra, gusto ko pa ang unang possession ng laro. Napunta sa mga nakapulang Mahindra Enforcers in their Revilla de Hesa, Gilchrist Canaleta, and Chito Jaime na magandang linaro in that other game. Ng mga nakaputi naman, Barangay Ginebra, Tenorio, G1n in the backcourt, Slaughter Aguilar, and Osios Jeffers ang kanilang import in the front line. That's a miss from the red shirts. Balik tayo sa Ginebra Kings, and let's see who'll get the first 2 of this game. Sino ba? Hindi, si LA Tenorio.
Prior to their game against Hot Shots, he was only averaging less than 7 points per ball game. So definitely after that 12-point explosion, his confidence level is really high.
Nothing again sa panig ng Mahindra. And Tenorio, a while ago, nagmamadali. Ngayon, change of pace naman. Nakaset up na depensa ng Mahindra Enforcers. And that's what LA Tenorio can do, dictate the tempo of the game.
He's just a great point guard. He can set the table for his team. And what is so nice is he's actually sacrificing a lot. He's not scoring the usual numbers that he used to average in his previous conferences. He's just so happy to give the ball to the top 3 scorers. Jeffers, Slaughter, and Aguilar for Ginebra.
Tama yun. E kung kailangan naman pumunta sa dulo, kaya rin yung gawin yun. Rep Japet Aguilar. So we talked about Tenorio. We talked about Japet Aguilar. Both of them have scored a field goal dito sa ating early goings. You can see the confidence level talagang umangat na para kay Japet.
He's a 55% shooter, and most of those shots is not really slam dunk. He can now shoot consistently from 18 feet and below.
Another miss on the side of the Mahindra Sports. Hindi sila makabultos. Mark Tagiwa, veteran influence on that starting lineup. There's a push. And you know, you'll hear us saying Tenorio a lot. We normally call him LA, pero we can't. Dahil may LA rin yung kabilang team.
2 guards average per game. And hey, this Mahindra team's for real.
Of course, 4 wins might just get 1 foot into the next round. 5 wins probably gets you there already. 4 wins gives you a golden opportunity to at least secure a playoff for that 8th spot as Greg Slaughter gets the hook.
This is the one thing that I was going to look for. Mahindra, obviously the smaller team. The only big guy there is their import. But nice pass here by Japet Aguilar. Great work by both big guys. Interior passing, one of the things that are taught by Coach Tim Cone.
This is already a blazing start for Barangay Ginebra. They are up 7-0. And Mahindra find a way to puncture the hoop. Davila waiting for that pick from Gilchrist. Jumps a pass to the corner. De Hesa couldn't catch it cleanly. Puts it on the deck. Jaime from top of the cave. Still no go for the guys in red. And there's Jeffers who rips down that board. Tenorio barking out instructions from the right corner. Jeffers will be whistled for the offensive foul.
When you look at a guy like Jeffers, what, about 6'2", 6'3", you know, so much is said about his points and his scoring and playing through pain, especially that last game. But I mean, the guy's averaging 17 rebounds per game in a, you know, a big man import dominant conference. 5 offensive and 12 defensive rebounds. So he is very, very active on the court.
Davila over at this left side looking for Gilchrist. AG, as they are starting to call him, kicks it back out to LA. Revilla still could not get the first bucket for
2-3 zone, I mean, with the hands up, you got a 7-footer and a 6'9" putting their hands up there in that back line. It's very tough to see.
The 7-footer just took it straight to the cup. He was clipped as he went out. 2 shots on the way for Grexel.
2 free throws for Greg Slaughter.
One of the many options off that triangle play, especially in the post, if they don't have anything strong side, they always look for that baseline pass, the quick pass. Ran a lot by Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant. Shaq was just kind of sealed down low on that baseline, and it usually end up in a dunk. In this case, Greg Slaughter got the foul. Now he's at the free throw.
That is what Greg Slaughter has done so far in this tournament. You saw it flashed on your screens. He helps Barangay Nebra to a 9-0 start here in Antipolo, forcing Coach Chito into this timeout.
Camellia, Taguyo, TCM, Yokohama, Morocco, Under Armour, Metron, Spara, England, Innovation, Mermaid, Sheep, Magnolia Ice Cream, Dunkin' Donuts, Silicon Valley, Air 21, Heat, Alice Nate College, Dapco, Spark, Kamal Anisara, Here's Crispy Fried Chicken, Multi,
Screen, Chito. Okay, pass. I want you to attack. Okay, attack. KG's in the corner. Okay, again. Okay, KG, go. Okay, guard. Down screen. I want you to go to the pinch post. Okay, pinch post. I want you to attack him. Okay, come on. Hurry, nilalakad nila yung bola. Naglalakad din kayo eh. Let's go. Tayo naman, tayo naman.
You guys are watching the PBA live here at Inaris Antipolo, and the Manila Classical win of Ginebra against the Star Hotshots was the perfect opportunity for the team to pick up their momentum. The players were saying that, and also Coach Tim always tells his players how important it is to trust and stick to their team defense, especially when they're down in the game. So the team only had 2 to 3 days rest after a big game, so Ginebra came mentally prepared here against Mahindra. Now let's turn you over to our panel.
So far, this Mahindra team does not look like a 3-1 team. You see LA Revilla get hit there. Whistle was not blown. He didn't hear anything. He was forced into a timeout because he quit playing.
Yeah, that's right. And, you know, one thing that Mahindra needs to do, they just need to go out there and play basketball. I don't know. I mean, it looks like they're having a hard time with the zone that Ginebra is deploying right now. But look, there's a reason why they're in second place. They have the tools to really give Ginebra a run for their money, especially at the beginning of this game.
9-0 is the start for Barangay Ginebra. They try and catch this same Mahindra team. And Ginebra picks up the victory. They move up to 3-2. They will drop Mahindra to 3-2 as well. Ginebra can actually occupy second place.
So, I mean, there's a lot riding on this game. One of the things that Coach Tim Cone always was worried about, especially when I was playing for him, you come off an emotional win, a hard-fought win, then there's always a letdown. That's universal. That's one of the things I'm sure he was talking about before this game started, and so far, Ginebra's responded pretty well.
Let's see if they can slap on a double-digit advantage right from the get-go here as Tejesa is caught reaching in versus Tenorio. For Mahindra, that's already 14 fouls for them. Barangay Ginebra has yet to be whistled for one.
It's crazy. They look like they're playing against the #1 team. Let's not forget, Ginebra's still trying to find themselves. They're still trying to figure themselves out.
Aguilar attacking from that baseline. Sheffer saves it to the wrong man. Tejesa with an opportunity to get them on the run. San Pinto off the bench. San Pinto's right here behind the city. John Pinto, gets it over to Canaleta. Over from the left side, it is Jaime. Still no goal. Almost 4 minutes already having gone by. Kagiwa will attack. Got it over to Tenorio, puts it up, off one hand, and that's an 11-0 start for Barangay Ginebra.
It's one of the things that Eli Tenorio loves to do. That teardrop is so deadly. And this is amazing, 11-0.
Who will provide that bucket for Mahindra? Gilchrist, no. Tenorio on the run. He's got two big men in front of him. He pulls up for that teardrop once again, and Augustus will have enough of it. Pinto on the move. Away from play. Whistle was blown.
Looked like Mark Kagiwa got hit.
You don't see that every day. It was Mahindra on the attack. Usually the referees will wait for your team to get the ball before they get that official's timeout.
That's where it's really
He never
interesting.
was on defense. But if there was blood coming out, referees
then you
have to stop it right away.
the game. Actually, that's the second time I've seen that happen to Mark Kagiwa.
There is blood coming out. That's exactly why they had to stop the game. Because if it was just an injury, you have to wait for your team to give up the foul or secure possession.
And this is probably where it happened here, but actually by his own teammate. Oh, yeah. And those elbows are deadly. I'm telling you right now. Speaking from experience.
And then it's going to be Chris Ellis coming off that bench for relief, Mark Kagiwa.
It's probably going to happen now. They're going to have to stitch that up. They're going to go into the locker room, stitch it up. And, you know, it's really up to the training staff, the coaching staff, and Mark Kagiwa himself if he wants to return to the basketball game. It really depends on the cut.
Might depend on the situation of the game as we go along. They can continue on this 11-0 pace. Maybe he can rest the rest of the way as Mahindra finally gets themselves on the board, and it's Kyle Pascual with a bounce.
And hopefully that kind of relaxes them a little bit.
The hardest one is the first basket. Once you see that ball go through, might be easier.
That's right. And, you know, it's all about trying to get into some sort of rhythm. Mahindra very much badly needs to get into that rhythm.
30-second timeout requested by L.A. Tenorio as he was trapped at half court. Let's see if Mahindra can come up with a stop after getting their first bucket of the game. This capacity crowd, or near capacity.
Huge.
Looking for an excuse to explode. They want those spectacular plays to go down, just like how it happened last Sunday.
Right now, Mahindra is acting as if they're, you know, the perception is, you know, they're playing like they're a last place team. Look, they're number 2. Play like you're number 2 behind number 1. And never is the one that's below you. And here's that.
Oh, that's when L.A. Revilla got hurt earlier on. That's what Coach Chito Victorero was complaining about. Revilla was hurt as well, but none of the referees stopped the game. It was their possession.
Actually should have been called a foul.
Mahindra gets a stop. Dehesa pushing against Ellis. Gets it over to Pinto. L.A. comes out of that scrum, being chased down. Tenorio, no. Jeffers, 2-pump fake, skips that basket with a bonus free throw coming up.
I said earlier, the rebounding of Othais Jeffers, very effective for this Ginebra team, and him getting the and one here. Remember, he's averaging about 17 rebounds a game.
For a guy 6'3".
For 6'3", 6'2". Mahindra has to be very conscious of that, especially during Ginebra fast breaks.
That's now a 12-point lead for Barangay Ginebra, 14-2. Dehesa acting as point, trying to get it to Augustus. Ball slapped away by Aguilar. Jeffers. What just happened?
What's going on here? Another cut. It looks like Greg Slaughter has a bloody eye.
Yep, blood is dripping down from the right eyebrow of Greg Slaughter. Those are boxer's cuts.
They're huge. I mean, you know, those elbows are sharp. This time I wonder whose elbow it was.
I failed to catch it too. We're gonna have to rely on the replay. Was it Chapet again?
It might be. It might be Chapet.
Chapet's taking out his teammates one by one. Just kidding, of course. Taking a look at it.
Yep, it's him again.
Yep. Chapet just all over the place, bulldozing over his own teammates.
But to his credit, you see the activeness defensively, right? Intercepting that pass. This is probably the most active we've seen Japet in a long, long time, if ever.
He's going to have to buy a couple of guys dinner after this game, though.
You have to wear some elbow pads or something.
Joe Devons has come on to relieve Greg Slaughter. Ellis over to Aguilar. 15-foot jumper is good.
And, you know, so far it just looks like Japet's playing some really inspired basketball. You know, perhaps he realized what kind of effect he had when he's very active out there, just kind of spreading himself all throughout the stat sheet.
And now he's got to make it up because he's taken out
Well, he took out two of his key players. He took out a 7-footer, and he took out a former MVP of the league. It's unbelievable what's going on here.
16-4 is the score. Devons bounces to Tenorio. Step back jumper. LA delivers.
So much confidence in LA. I mean, looked like he toyed with him there. Even Gilchrist in the dust.
LA's coming off his tournament best 12-point performance. First time he had double digits last time around. He's been passive in their first few games. He's been just trying to run the triangle, trying to get everybody involved. But when his number was called, when they needed the points, he came through.
It's going to have to be more. I mean, he's still young. He's very capable. Inspire your teammates.
Devons misses. We take another look at that beautiful move. He just put out Gustus on skates. Where are you going, big boy?
Now that last shot by KG Canaleta, you know, he challenged, I believe he challenged Japet for that shot, and he made it. Those are the type of shots Mahindra has to look for. Attack the interior defense of Ginebra. Test it.
Pinto down the middle, gets into the corner. Ramos for three. Oh, no, that's a long two for Aldridge.
You know, Ramos is, he's number one now. He's number one in three-point field goal percentage so far in this conference.
Remember how he burned NLEX a couple of weeks back?
69%, McGrew, 69%. That's very, very remarkable.
Aguilar is in trouble. Three guys converging on him. Ellis picking up speed. LA puts it up. Could not get the bounce. Christ for the rebound. Aldridge pushing it hard. He's got Pinto open on that right side. Pascual from the perimeter. Pinto will get them another crack at the basket. Ramos against Jeffers going over to his import. Gilchrist making his move. Fading away over Aguilar. No.
I want to see Gilchrist attack Aguilar. Back him down.
Japet swings it over to LA. They're looking for Jeffers. Mahindra sitting on that 2-3 zone as well. Jeffers attacking that baseline. Goes cross court. LA from deep. Too strong this time. But it is Devons who will keep it on that side of the floor. JDB bounces down low to Ellis. Foul is whistled on Gilchrist.
That's a really good seal by Chris Ellis. Very aggressive, hard seal.
Second person whistled on Augustus Gilchrist. So far, after that blitzing start by Barangay Nebra, where we saw them go up 11-0, Mahindra trying to match them basket for basket so that the Nebra lead wouldn't balloon too much.
Well, you know what? They also saw that there's mismatches now. All of a sudden, Ginebra went from a very big team to a very small team when Greg Slaughter had to sit out.
We take another look at the different injuries that has happened already. So the report on L.A. Reviles, he got hurt inside the eye.
I'm telling you, you know, it happens. It's happened to me many times, and it's for the fans that don't know. When you get poked in the eye like that,
doesn't matter how tough you are.
Doesn't matter how tough. It hurts. I'm gonna tell you, it hurts, and your sight is impaired. You know, in some cases you have crooked eyesight, you have crooked vision, and that can last the entire game.
You just gotta hope if somebody ends up accidentally poking you in the eye that he cut his nails. Otherwise, you even get lacerations.
That's even more serious. Yeah.
Mike Di Gregorio has been deployed here by Coach Tito Victolero. He's with Marquis, Augustus Gilchrist, John Pinto, and Aldrich Ramos. Gilchrist making his move. Offensive foul whistled on him. That's his third.
It's going to be a very big thing for Mahindra, a big test for Mahindra now. The local big guys got to really step up here.
Oh, it wasn't NLEX that Aldrich Ramos burned. It was actually SMB, that game in Binyan, where Mahindra took down the Philippine Cup champs.
That's right.
So now Gilchrist is forced to sit on the bench with 3 personal fouls. That gamble from Coach Chito backfiring on them. They deploy now Bradwin Ginto. Ramos taps it over to Ginto. Di Gregorio puts his head down. Looking to dance with Devance. Di Gregorio with a step back 3. All kinds of confidence behind that shot, but he comes up with a miss. Tenorio in a foot race. Feeding Devance after attracting all of the defenders.
And you know what? Endeavor's doing, first of all, they're doing a really good job defensively securing the rebound, but they're getting out fast. Mahindra has to get back on defense and defend.
30-second timeout requested by the Mahindra enforcer as they find themselves down by 14. L.A. Tenorio driving, drawing, and dishing. JDV will get the easy 2. And this forces the mandatory timeout on Ginebra. We'll be right back.
Gentlemen, we'd like to acknowledge the presence of the Honorable Mayor of Antipolo City, Mayor G1n3br1. Happy birthday, sir, and thank you for hosting the PBA.
Bradwin, dito ka. Aldrin sa kabila. O-order ka. Ayun, kung si Aldrin sa may ball sa pick and roll, same thing. Okay? They will go to those. Aldrin or you. They will switch. Let's go to the post. Bradwin, you will dive. Okay? You will dive. Now, spot up. Now, you can call. If you call a pick and roll play, they will go to zone. You can do that. But make sure after that pick and roll, we go regular. Pass. Okay? And then motion. Our motion. Use our motion. Come on. Okay? Hey, check this ball. We pick up. Hey, listen, Pablo. Huwag niyong madaliin. Dahan-dahan lang. Kasi kapag first quarter lang yun. Baba nyo lang sa walo. Okay tayo. Okay,
Featured tonight on this Wednesday evening in Antipolo is Nino Cañaleta versus NLEX. He went off for 21 and 7, including 3 triples. He's facing again another one of the teams that he has already played for and has traded him away in Barangay Nebra.
Well, you know, this is a good opportunity for him to really try to come out and take it to Ginebra. We haven't seen too much of that except for one shot, maybe.
Ramos looking to attack Devance. Mahindra only with 8 points so far. Still could not hit double digits. Thompson with a running start. Pinto right with him. Thompson turns it over. Pinto takes it away.
That's good defense by Pinto.
Okay.
Good job of getting back on defense. However, they just turned the ball over.
They gave it to the big man on the run instead of to the guard streaking on the left side.
I mean, that's just fundamental.
That's a quick inbound. Ellis will feed Marcelo, which they've gone digging deeper into his front line. And remember, Slaughter already hurt on that bench, as well as Mark Tagiwa and Revilla on the other end. Likewise hurt. Got to see the rest of the way if they come back. Ginto out to Di Gregorio. Thought about that 3. Goes to the flyby move. Oh no, he passes off to Ginto. That's a 3-second violation.
You see a lot of hesitation from the Mahindra right now. De Gregorio's another guy. He's a big point guard. He's another guy that has done pretty well so far in this conference. I think he had 14 points in his first game. And the last game, he had about 13 points. So he's very, very capable of coming up with some big numbers. Problem is, guys are just not aggressive right now.
Show your love to your favorite PBA personalities using Shout, a new way of expressing yourself quickly and easily. Check out sports5.ph, look for the Shout tab, and vote yes to your PBA idols. This is free with no registration required. Coach Gito Victorero shaking things up. Bhagat Singh and Ubalde are on the floor. They couldn't connect on that one, but Ubalde keeps it on that side of the floor.
You got more of an experienced group out there now, guys that have actually been successful in many senses. Aldrich Ramos knocks down a face-up jump shot.
He's got 4 points in this game.
Aldrich, excuse me, Aldrich Ramos.
He is Aldrich, I think.
Aldrich? I'm sorry. Sorry again, Aldrich Ramos.
Ellis. Whistle was blown. Away for play, a 3-second violation on Jeffers. As Sol Mercado will replace Otheus Jeffers.
Otheus Jeffers, he's such a physical guard, right? And he loves to bang, he loves to post up. There's how many times have they posted him up?
Ubalde looking for Yi inside. Ginto back to Ubalde. Ramos looking to slide. Now they want Yi to measure up the defense of Ellis. Yi making his move, nice fake, and he gets the bounce.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Attack the interior. Whether it's in the post or trying to break somebody down. The key right now, I say go to the post.